Nella tua carriera è accaduto di non sentirti efficace, a tuo agio, vivere esperienze o situazioni nelle quali non sentivi di poter dare il massimo?
Yeah, lots of times. Lots of times.
Per quali motivi?
There's many things. First, maybe you don't feel well. You know, you have a stomach problem or a back problem, or you have a very big, flu or cold. The sound is very important. I have been on stage many times hating the sound and thinking, oh, this sounds terrible. I hope it sounds good for the people. And and I meet people afterwards and say, wow, it was the best sound I ever heard in a concert. You think, wow, you know what? Up there, I was ready to kill myself.
Same concert?
Because it was just terrible. So, for instance, in Porcupine Tree, we really try hard to control this. We all have very good in-ear systems.
Yeah, okay.
We have our own digital monitor desk. Nobody touches it except us. It's the same every night. I have, the vibration in the seat. I have a special unit. I have these really fantastic headphones. I can hear reverb. I can hear compression, EQ. It sounds like a studio feeling. And it's strange to go on stage with headphones, but some places are so bad, they're not built for sound. Many places are not built for sound. The Palace Sport was not built for sound. It's built for basketball. I've played in places like the place in Wembley is built, it's an ice rink for skating. Okay, you put in a big band with a big PA, it sounds terrible. Terrible, absolutely terrible. 20 seconds of reverb, like this, it sounds unbelievable. When you've got the headphones in, it's controllable. Sometimes when we're playing and I stop and the other guys are playing, sometimes I take out my headphones and
another word.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that I'm not playing in that world to put them back in quick. So yeah.
Monitoring is really important to you.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, the health is one thing. You can be tired, you can be ill, you can be not feeling well. Okay, the sound is another thing that can ruin a concert. And the other thing is playing music that you don't like. Or with musicians you don't like. I've been in all of those situations. And in my career, I've tried to go in situations that I like, rather than in situations I don't like.
Ti è mai capitato di suonare troppo fuori dall'economia dei brani rispetto alle parti che avresti dovuto eseguire in un determinato contesto? I progetti di cui fai parte spesso sono molto diversi tra loro e richiedono approcci mentali distinti. Cosa ne pensi?
I think I play exactly what I intend to play, but there's something to understand. When you are on stage and you are in a certain atmosphere, you are in a very exciting situation, there's a very good atmosphere, the audience are very enthusiastic, and you play a lot, it feels right in that moment. Okay, the next day, maybe you listen on the thing and you think, wow, we played a lot. But this is the next day. It's not in the club. You know what I mean? I remember reading an interview with Michael McDonald, and they talked about the tempo. And he said, yes, I can play the tempo exactly the same as the record, but it doesn't feel good when you're in the room with the audience, with the atmosphere, right? It doesn't feel good. I want to play it a bit quicker. Okay, the next day you could listen and say, oh, this song was too fast. But this is not the truth. This is the next day. When you are in this position, when you are in the live concert, and the people are very responsive, and you play, I'm constantly monitoring how I'm playing. I know if I play too much, and then I stop to play too much. It's completely intentional. Do you know what I mean? I don't think, I come off stage and think, oh, I played too much. Because I know if I'm playing too much when I'm playing, because I'm listening. It's very important to listen very carefully when you play. You can be surprised how many people don't really listen. they're not listening. And to respond to the other people. Maybe we're playing, and then you think, I have an idea. We're going to play really quiet, like this. And if the other guys are listening, within 1 second, they come down as well. Okay, then you were listening. If they just carry on full volume, and you're playing like this, they're not listening. You know what I mean? It's the same with the tempo, it's the same with the dynamics, it's the same with the amount that you play. Okay, if I want to play a lot of things, if it feels good to me in this moment, then it's the correct thing. If 3 months later I hear the recording and it doesn't feel right, it's not the time that I made it. It's a hard thing. We've been so obsessed with recordings for the last 80, 90 years. Everybody plays, records, and then listens and thinks, oh no, this wasn't good, this was bad, this is too fast. You know what I mean? We're in a strange moment in history where everything is recorded. You know what I mean? Including this interview, right? I mean, we're experiencing this interview now in live, in real time, okay? Then you're going to re-experience this interview when you watch this thing. But it's not the same. You know what I mean?
Another thing tomorrow.
It's a different time. It's a different time. It's important to. It's really important, I think, to experience the moment in the moment. It's a hard thing to do. We come many times in Porcupine Tree. We see somebody in the front row like this, filming the concert.
We are losing the concert.
They're filming the concert like this. I'm thinking, you have the best experience possible in front of your face. Why do you want to do this? Right? You have a great experience. A live experience is probably the best experience. Experience it. Enjoy it. Don't spend the whole concert and then what? You go home and watch this and it looks like shit and it sounds like shit. What is the point? People lose a lot of objectivity by not being in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, how long has music existed? I don't know. 100, 200,000 years, I don't know. But only in the last 80 years, everyone is obsessed with recording. Brian Eno said, can you imagine meeting musicians from 500 years ago and they say to you, what? You listen to the same recording over and over and over again? Why?
Yeah.
Ci puoi aggiornare sui lavori del prossimo disco dei Porcupine Tree?
Probably this winter we will start to write a new record. In this moment we have written nothing. Really we wanted to take some time off. We made a tour for more than 1 year and it's very tiring. And the older you get, it's even more tiring. We're not 19, 20, 21-year-old guys, party every night and don't sleep and all those things. It gets harder as you get older and you value your time in a different way. Your time becomes more precious. So to spend 13 months on tour is a lot of time. And we said, okay, at the end of this tour, let's take a long break, like at least 1 year, before we start to write. And when we start to write, probably there will be another 6 months before the record is released. So it's possible we could release a record like spring of 2012, because then we need to get ready for another year or more of touring. So psychologically, it's good to take time off. We all do other projects, we all have other bands and sessions and groups that we play in. And for me, it was the first time in 5 years I could accept and give my availability for doing drum clinics. Because when people ask you to do a drum clinic, they want 3 or 4 months in advance. Now, when I'm touring with Porcupine Tree, sometimes there is 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off or 1 week off, but I never know exactly. So I can't say, to Sergio, okay, yes, I can come in Italy for 10 clinics, 6 months in advance when I'm touring with Porcupine Tree. So I knew that we would have a year free, so it was a good time to accept a lot of clinics. So I'm doing obviously the tour in Italy, I'm going to do a tour of the UK, a tour of Switzerland, and then I'm going to Cleveland in the United States with Dave Weckl, Steve Smith, Peter Erskine and Chris Coleman. We make the drum camp. So things like that I couldn't accept before in the last 5 years. So this year is a good opportunity for me.
Questa era l'ultima domanda, è il momento di
Ok.
salutarci. Ciao Gavin, grazie mille per il tuo tempo.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, pleasure.